What's up, guys? Welcome to the Higher View podcast.
What's up?
Long time coming, finally here. This podcast is going to be dedicated to the believer, the creative, and the outside thinker, everyone who is seeking community and just healthy views on worldly topics. And on this episode, it's kind of just going to be an introduction.
Yeah.
We're kind of just going to be talking about who we are, why we chose our name, the Higher View, and what we're going to be talking about on this podcast.
Yes, I am so excited to get this podcast going.
It's been a journey to get to this point.
It's been a long journey, but I am thankful for the process.
Yeah.
I mean, we went through it.
Yeah. I mean, every time we tried to record an episode, it was like boom, 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 boom. There's always like a weekend we're trying to record. It's always been, I mean, we try to do it on the weekend at least.
Yeah.
But there's always been something like, I think the first thing is our AC went out for a whole week. We weren't here for a whole week.
Yeah.
You got COVID. So you've been down. You just got out of COVID.
Yeah.
You're back and better than ever.
Back and better. Reset. Let's go.
I got a new job, and that took up some time as well because just a lot of transition. So there's just been a lot of things going on, and it's just been, seems like everything's been trying to drag us down, but it all worked out.
I definitely would love for you to share about your job at some point.
I definitely will. We'll get into that.
You know, that was God's good all the time.
But yeah, like I was saying, it definitely worked out for us to not record sooner than now because the studio wasn't even ready. We really just finished the studio like today or yesterday. So, but it was all worth it. You know, everything to do all of this, it was all worth it for sure. So you want to go into, we can start with your story.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I was born in Maryland, Ocean City. It's really a little town called Salisbury. If you're from Maryland, woohoo! What's up?
Indeed. OC.
Yeah, I love it there. I love the beach. I love the people. I love the trees. I miss it all the time. This is actually the first summer I have not been there. And it actually hurts my heart a little bit. But there's sacrifices you have to make in life. And I know, like you tell me, the ocean isn't going anywhere.
Not going anywhere. The ocean will not evaporate.
Yes. Also, a cool fact about me, my dad, he lives here in the DFW area. I grew up with him full time. I went to school out here my whole life. And then my mom, she lives in the East Coast still. So I lived with her part-time and just had a split life. That was very interesting, and I'm thankful for it, that I got to experience a different kind of culture and just kind of expand my life, in different kind of ways and get to know a lot of different people. Definitely a blessing in my life. It's a little bit about me.
I'm from West Texas, small town in West Texas, Odessa, smallish town. I mean, it's small compared to DFW for sure. I grew up pretty rough, you could say. I grew up in a pretty rough area, pretty rough neighborhood. Grew up pretty poor. Not like dirt poor where it was just like hard to live, but definitely poor. We weren't by any means like splurging every other week or splurging when we had money and stuff like that, which isn't, I guess it's not a common thing in general, but I just say that to say that I did grow up pretty poor. And, my parents did the best that they can do with what we had.
Yeah.
I can't say that I had a bad childhood though. Definitely was taken care of, had everything that I needed. I was raised in a godly home, which I'm super thankful for to this day. My roots bring me to where I'm at right now, so it's definitely something to be grateful for. But yeah, I grew up there. I moved to DFW, which is where we are right now, living at. We are in Arlington. I moved here about 9 or 10 years ago when I was in 8th grade. Came here in 8th grade, finished off middle school, went to high school, graduated Fossil Ridge High School. If anybody's watching from Fossil Ridge, shout out Ridge. Nothing really special about it, but I just went there, so it's special. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I guess we can go into a little bit about how we met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go into that.
So, crazy thing. I mean, it's a crazy story. I always tell people, but the short version of it is I knew you a week.
Mm-hmm.
I knew you. I still can't believe to say that. I knew you a week before you moved to Pennsylvania.
Yes.
So we were going to high school and we were about to graduate. We met each other at a prom party. It was your prom party, right?
It was just a prom party where a bunch of schools got together.
Yeah, it was just a big prom party. It's on some like
I rode a
ranch or something.
horse.
Yeah,
I remember.
it was a crazy time.
Welcome to Texas.
Yeah, right. It was a crazy time, but I remember the night. It was very dark, and we like crossed paths. You were like standing kind of far from me, and we just locked eyes for like 3 seconds, and instantly from there, it was just like, ooh, like
Like,
the
who are
spark,
you?
like who are you? But I that's when we met. That's how we met, like our first initial meeting, and after that, we kind of just stayed in touch. And a week later, after that, we graduated high school.
Mhm.
We graduated high school was around the same time because our schools were like 5 minutes down the street. You went to Central.
Mhm.
So after you graduated, you moved to Pennsylvania with your
Yeah.
mom, and then that led to a long distance relationship because we wanted to pursue
For 2 years.
for 2 years. We did long distance for 2 years. Definitely a rough 2 years. We've been through hell and back. We've been through it. We've had a lot of things come up against us trying to separate us. A lot of different occasions that, we only can learn from at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's only made us stronger as a couple of, it's only made us stronger as who we are, of who we are. It's only made us stronger of who we are.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for the struggles that we've gone through and, where it's brought us.
Yeah.
Who knows where we'd be if we didn't keep pursuing that.
And now we can help other people.
Yeah. Well, let me get back to the story.
Okay.
Well, so long distance for 2 years, back and forth to Pennsylvania. And we'd see each other like every 3 months?
Every 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months, which was insane. I don't know how we did that. So either it was me flying over there to Pennsylvania or you flying here to Texas. And we would just go back and forth, visit each other, and just really just stay connected like that.
Right when I moved to Pennsylvania, literally a few weeks later, you went on a trip.
Yes, that's true.
And I was like, I'm coming.
Yes.
And I spent all of my graduation money. I flew back to Texas and I didn't tell anybody. I felt like I
You
was
were in
being,
secret there.
Yes, I was in secret there. My dad didn't know. Nobody knew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
Your mom knew,
Except for my mom.
Your
She
mom
thought
knew.
I was crazy.
which you were.
She was pretty upset, but I was dedicated. And when
Definitely
a woman
worth
has her mind dedicated,
It's definitely worth it.
we go after it.
So we actually went to Las Vegas. That was our
Yes.
first trip. So like, how long do we know each other at that point?
I mean, like 2-3 weeks.
2-3 weeks. I tell you, I'm going to Las Vegas, going to EDC, one of the biggest raves in like the U.S. I don't know about the world, but definitely in the U.S. And it's my graduation gift from my uncle Tito.
Mm-hmm.
He was taking me to Las Vegas. Tito.
Tito, if you're hearing this, Tito.
But we were going to EDC, and I told you about it. You're like, dude, I have to go.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like, no, I have to go. And it was just like automatically, it was like a must go. There is no about it. Like, I need to buy my ticket right now, and I'm coming to Texas.
Yeah, I
So
did.
So she came to Texas. We went to Las Vegas after like knowing each other for like 3 weeks, and that was probably genuinely when we just fell in love with each other.
Yeah, we
Like,
did a whole road trip.
Did a whole road trip. We went through Arizona. I think we went to Las Vegas and then Arizona on the way back. But we went to Las Vegas, went to the Grand Canyon in Arizona
Mm-hmm.
on this long road trip.
Camped out there.
Camped in. Oh,
I think that's the first time you told me you love me.
I did. That
Yeah.
was the first time. Very soon, no? It was very soon.
We just knew.
But I meant it, and yeah, we just knew. It was just.
I hope you meant it.
I did. Obviously,
I
I'm
mean,
here.
7 years later.
Yeah. But, with all of that being said, I think after about 2 years, I flew back I flew over to Pennsylvania, and we were planning for you to come back to Texas.
Well, first off, I came out here for the whole holiday season.
Right. For like 3 months.
For 3 months, and we were just testing the waters.
Making sure everything's going to be how we're talking, like, make sure our words match our actions.
Yeah.
So you came out here, and we were staying with my parents for like 3 months. Or you were staying with your dad.
Yeah, but we stayed with each other.
Yeah, we pretty much lived together, but yeah. We did, but we didn't.
Yeah.
But after that was kind of like the confirmation. We were just like, all right, let's do this. Like I want to actually seriously do this and move forward. So we planned you coming back to Texas. I flew out to Pennsylvania. What was the town?
Berlin. I mean, it's literally 10 minutes from Ocean City. But
in Maryland.
Yeah, in Maryland, and we drove my Honda 2003 Civic.
So we packed up your whole life
from the bottom to the top.
In a small old Honda that was jam-packed. You couldn't even see out of the back window. It was crazy. I can't believe we did that to this day. We drove 22 hours back to Texas with all of your life packed in this Honda. Literally the back seat, like you couldn't even reach in the back seat because it was so packed. Like everything was up into the back seat, like almost to like touching our heads.
And that's actually the second time that car went through that. Because when I moved out there, my mom came and we drove my car all the way to Pennsylvania. So I don't know how this Hondas. If you need a first car, I recommend a Honda Civic.
They are amazing. They truly are. They will get you to A to B plus more. No, but I remember on the way here, we it was like a spontaneous moment. We saw like a camping area. We're just like, ooh, let's go check this out, and we just want to like take a break from driving. We stopped in this place. I think it was in Tennessee.
Yes.
And little we know it was gonna be like going uphill. You remember that?
Yes.
We were going uphill.
The car almost broke down.
It was smoking. The car was smoking. Yeah. I literally thought we were gonna break down. Everything was gonna be like done. That was very scary. That was very scary. But ended up making it and made it back to Texas. And how many years after that did we get married?
Wow, that's a stretch. So I moved
probably
here.
A year.
No. We just got married a year ago.
Oh.
So I was here for 3 years, and then we got married.
Okay. 3 years. Sorry.
3 years. That's way off.
So 3 years, then we got married. Had a nice wedding. Our wedding venue was gifted to us. Definitely an all God thing, all set up. Pretty much didn't pay for a whole lot. I mean, we put some money into it, but a lot of my family and your family helped out so much.
Yes.
And it's just a huge blessing
very
to be able to do that. And that brings us here to now.
Yeah.
Now
Well, that's a little timeline, a little short.
Short version of our long
journey.
Uphill, downhill journey.
Yes.
But
it's definitely a miracle that we are sitting here today together.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me emotional thinking about it. I feel like we'll probably get into that in other episodes. More about us, getting more behind the scenes, and just getting in depth.
Yeah. Definitely have a lot to talk about.
Yes. I don't want to spoil everything right now.
You guys tune in. We're going to leave a little couple snacks there, a couple trails so you can follow. So we don't want you guys to know everything quite yet. But that's just kind of like an overview of how we met, our relationship, and how we got to where we are right now.
Yeah.
So I want to go into why we chose the higher view.
Yes. The reason why we're here.
The reason why we chose the higher view. I tend to think about myself as having just a different perspective on life. I'm sure you can attest to that. Just the way I view things is different. I just have a different look on things.
You help me so much.
And I help you so much. I help myself so much. And obviously, I'm not taking credit for that. It's a God-given gift to be able to do that. But we have heard the term sitting in the throne room. right? You know, like being in the throne room and seeing things from like a heavenly perspective. So really, like, that's my inspiration off of the name, the higher view. You know, when, let's say, for example, when we have an argument, you know, we're married, we fight.
Yeah.
When that happens, you know, I like to look at things, and also I know you do this as well. We like to look at things from we call a bird's eye perspective.
And it's not easy right away.
Not easy, definitely not easy. But
Yeah.
like this can apply to like many different situations. Like
Mhm.
not just us. I'm just using this for reference, but looking at it from a bird's eye perspective, obviously like a bird is looking down. So when you look at it from a bird's eye perspective, you look at it, you're seeing everything as it is, and you're not looking like as if I'm looking right here side to side. You know, I can see above, so I don't have to like deal with what I'm looking at in front of me. I'm looking at what is around everything.
Mhm.
So that's really like my inspiration off of the higher view.
Yeah.
When we're looking at different topics, we're going to be talking about different topics, different subjects, different perspectives, and things that are going on in the world from a higher view.
Mhm.
You know?
And even though I mentioned it's not easy to do that, and it's not, life isn't easy, but one saying that I recently heard, and you were there, you heard it too, I love it, it's definitely life-changing, is a temporary habit. So you forming a habit of looking at things from a higher view. It's a habit that you have to form. It becomes a permanent behavior. And it'll just get easier and easier and easier the more you put it into practice.
Yeah. Becomes part of your life.
Yeah.
And it takes I think it's like, I don't forget how many days to create a habit.
I feel like it's in the 30s.
I think it's in the 30s. Somewhere in the 30s. If you pass the 30-day mark, you're good. So yeah, that it becomes a permanent behavior, just part of your life. And it really just changes. Like if that is like a habit that you create, it really just changes how you handle things, how you view things, how you view people.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like when you look at things from just like I see you right now and that's all I see, I feel like it can be a little more of a selfish ambition. You know, I think there's a gift in looking at things from a higher view.
I really like that you said that.
Yeah.
It is a gift. It's
Yeah.
very freeing.
It's very freeing.
Because there's more to it.
Yeah.
It's not what's just right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like looking at, believing in the things that are unseen.
Exactly.
And having hope for the things that are unseen. Like you're hoping for that job, you're hoping for that child, you're hoping for anything, what's next, that husband, just anything in your next chapter, you're hoping for those things. It's not happening right in front of you right now, but you have crazy faith.
Crazy faith.
Crazy faith.
Actually reading that book right now by Mike Todd. I don't have words. It's just an amazing book. It truly, truly is. I'm not done with it yet, but everything so far has just been absolutely amazing. And it's been helping me a lot, for sure. Definitely learning so much about, just faith, but we'll get into that. That'll be later. Let me not go down that rabbit hole, but I just want to, this is kind of just like an overview of why we're doing this, why we chose the name, and what you can expect to hear from us moving forward. Like I said, we're going to be talking about lots of different topics. I'm going to be bringing up like worldly topics, what's going on in the world. We might even talk about money. It's going to be pretty broad. Anything that we feel like would be interesting for our listeners, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Even if it's hard to talk about, we want to talk about the nitty gritty. We want to talk about stuff that's hard to talk about, hard conversations, even like relationship advice. If you're dating, if you're married, love to get into that. I love helping couples like that. We've been through a lot. We have a lot of it under our belt that we can share with people, and I think we have a lot of valuable information to give.
Yeah. And it's not in a way where we think that we know everything, that we've lived life like we're still living. And I hope even when I'm old and have a lot of wisdom that I'm still learning, and I never want to stop being a student. I never want to stop learning and growing, but the things that you go through in life and the things that you experience, you're here to help other people walk their journey. They might be walking through something and they just need to hear your voice and hear something that you've been through to help encourage them that, you're not alone. And we're just here to, just help out and share our wisdom that we've gained and our knowledge that we've learned through life. And there's nothing about it like where we're higher than you.
Yeah, there's no arrogance
like
behind
that.
this.
This is very humble podcast, and I am so excited just to see where it goes.
Yeah. To top that off, like it's we're learning with this podcast.
Yeah.
Like we're sharing information. We're sharing like what we've experienced and what we know, but at the same time, we're going to be learning with you guys.
Yeah.
This isn't like, let me just pour into you because I know what I'm talking about. It's just like, let's exchange. Let's connect. Let's get together. We want to form a community out of this.
Yeah.
We want good to come out of this. And we want to meet new people out of this. And
We'll have interviews one
Yes,
day. Definitely
absolutely.
have visions and
Yeah.
plans. So
yeah, there's a lot of vision on this. There's I want to have like very interesting people on here that have very interesting stories that need to be heard.
yeah.
So that's kind of our mission behind this. That's why we're doing this. We're very passionate about this. We're passionate about just people. That's our passion.
Relationships.
And relationship. We just love helping. That's something that has been burdened on both of us equally. And I love that. I love that we can both share that feeling together.
Yeah.
Because we can just tag team it both, and it is even more powerful than one person.
Yeah.
So
Really like that.
yeah, but with that, we just want to thank you guys so much. We love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for the support.
Yes.
And next week, we're going to be talking about the topic of letting go of control.
Letting go of control.
Which I feel like is kind of a big topic for some people, I guess. I mean,
it's a big topic for me.
yeah. I mean, not everybody. I'm not saying like you need to listen to this, but like if it connects with you, definitely tune in. Letting go of control is something that you definitely, like you said, we're definitely still going through, and that goes with what we're saying. We're learning with this, but yeah, that's gonna be what we're talking about next week. Guys, connect with us on Instagram, on YouTube at the Higher View Podcast. Comment, DM us. We want to hear from you guys. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know how the studio looks. There's a lot of work that went into this.
Thanks
how it
to
sounds.
you. I just want to take a moment and just honor you real quick because you put so much work into this, and I know that it could have felt like, you're just putting so much in this and you didn't have a lot of help, but I'm just thankful for your consistency. I'm thankful for you just like pressing into this and making sure that it happens. Something that I struggled throughout my life was being consistent on things. I don't always finish it. I will start it. And I'm so thankful that you made this happen. Just thank you for everything that you've done, because this wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So thank you.
Thank you. I love you.
Love you too.
And with that, we're going to wrap up this episode, and we will see you guys next week.
See you next week.
Peace out.